Hey there, picture this, a rainforest so lush, so alive, that every step feels like wandering through a dream. Now imagine that, hidden under those trees, for centuries, lay the remains of a civilization unlike anything we've known. Today, we're going to walk together through its forgotten pathways, listen for the echoes it left behind, and uncover how an entire world could simply disappear. Beneath a canopy so dense that sunlight barely brushed the forest floor, lay the bones of a forgotten world. A world where temples reached for the heavens, where rivers carried whispers of ancient songs, and where an entire civilization vanished, swallowed by the very rainforest that once gave it life. For centuries, the forest kept its secret well. Roots wound themselves around stone, moss muffled the edges of history, and the stories of this people were silenced until now. Imagine stepping into a land untouched by time, where colossal trees stood as living monuments, and the air was heavy with the perfume of orchids. This was more than a home, it was a living partner in survival. The rainforest was their marketplace, their pharmacy, their fortress, but it was also their most dangerous adversary. Through intricate trade routes snaking along muddy riverbanks, they exchanged obsidian blades, carved idols, and shimmering dyes, for salt, metals, and stories from lands far beyond the horizon. This civilization mastered the art of building in harmony with nature. Their cities were not scars on the land, but tapestries woven into it. Raised pathways kept dry above the flooded ground. Temples aligned to catch the light of solstice sunrises. Reservoirs to trap precious rainwater during the dry months. Their scribes etched tales of gods who walked among mortals. Their warriors painted in the ochres and blacks of the forest. Their astronomers charted the heavens through breaks in the canopy. And yet, for all their ingenuity, they could not outmatch the fate that crept upon them. It began quietly, a season when the rains did not come. Then another. Forest streams shrank to trickles, crops failed, and the songs that once echoed in the night grew faint. Some believed they were driven from their cities by famine, others that invaders pressed in from beyond the rivers. And yet, a more haunting theory endures, that the rainforest itself turned against them. When the trees fell, the soil, thin and fragile, bled away. Without its heart, the land could no longer sustain them. For hundreds of years, nature reclaimed what remained. Vines tightened around columns carved with forgotten symbols. Lizards basked on stairways where priests once stood. Travelers passed nearby, unaware that underfoot slept the ruins of a lost metropolis. It wasn't until modern explorers, guided by fragments of oral history, hacked their way through walls of green, that glimpses of its glory re-emerged. Toppled statues, jade jewelry, murals of harvest feasts, and skeletal remains locked forever in mid-flight. Theirs is not just a story of loss, but of warning. Civilizations, no matter how advanced, remain bound to the earth that sustains them. The rainforest, their lifeblood, demanded balance. And when that balance broke, so too did their world. Today, the forest stands thinner, its guardians fewer. The echoes of that vanished people still move between the trees, not as ghosts, but as a reminder. Nature may grant us greatness, but it can take it away with the same quiet inevitability. Perhaps the true measure of a civilization is not its monuments, but whether it leaves the earth richer than it found it. For in the end, the story of those who vanished with their rainforest may yet be the story of us all.